So the next two guests are back to back, and on social media I got a lot of feedback about both of these guests, and I wanted to keep them kind of separate because they are the same family, but they have two different elements of what they're doing with Haven Brothers. So one is the mobile, and Patty's, oh my God, look at this, whoa. All right, this is just, all right. So, as I was saying, because Patty distracted me with the food, this is like a bad day to get distracted with food. So, Patty, you're mobile, and you're the
Yes.
mobile version of it. But
Correct.
you've been a part of the family and with Haven Brothers since you were a kid.
Correct.
How old? Because everybody's going to want to know this. How
I
old?
really don't want to say that.
No,
really-
but Haven Brothers
so
has
my
been
dad bought it
around
in 1986.
in '86.
Yes.
So you've been with Haven Brothers since you were a baby.
I was about 11.
So to think about this, Haven Brothers, and I want to get into with your brother as well. We'll talk about the history of it. But the success of Haven Brothers from 1986, and I first got introduced to Haven Brothers in 1991 when I came here to go to college. So I was 18 years old the first time that I went to the truck here. How long have you had the mobile version now?
2 years.
2 years. All right. So 2 years from the success of what the truck was.
Correct.
Okay. So tell us about what the differences are between the two. Let everybody know. Tell them what the differences are.
Well, when I got involved because my father saw the food truck industry explode, so he said, "Why don't you get involved in the catering business?" So I said, "Okay, I'll give it a try." And the first year I had the truck, business was great, and then we decided to get another truck.
So you've got two mobile trucks?
So we have 2 mobile trucks.
That's awesome. So name recognition with the trucks had to be of some help.
Oh, definitely. It's
Yeah.
if I sold Patty's hot dogs, nobody would come.
All right, we're gonna turn you so everybody can see you. So if you, that's a good point. So if you sold this truck, okay, moving things here. All right. So that's a good point though. If you were selling Patty's hot
it's Patty
dogs,
hot dogs,
you don't know
nobody
what would
would come.
happen. That's true. It's a
Haven
good point.
Brothers, everybody knows the name. When we drive the truck down the street, people wave, they get
Uh-huh.
really excited to see us. It's a really cool feeling.
And so you said it's 2 years and 2 trucks. Did you start out with 2 trucks or did you add the other one?
I started with 1 truck,
Yep.
and then we expanded to 2 trucks.
So I was just talking with Anthony before you, and he was talking about the growth of the barbecue. Haven Brothers has this niche, and it's in people's memories going back forever now, of when they come to the diner here. And I'll obviously talk to your brother more about this, but do you feel that you're creating a separate niche that's bringing Haven Brothers into people's lives even more than a night? Because it would seem that way to me.
Definitely. There are people who haven't been down to the diner in 30 years because,
There you go.
Married, children, they don't go out.
Can't get
till
out at night.
2 o'clock in the morning.
I know what that's like. I know what that's like. So tell us about some of the menu that's on the mobile truck that's different from, the diner itself.
So we have a little bit different menus. We don't offer most events the extras: lettuce, tomatoes, bacon, fried onions, murder burgers. It just we have lines that are like, as soon as we pull up to an event, there's 40 people in line.
Yep.
Once you start adding all the extra toppings, it takes more time, and the customer has to wait more. So we've learned keep it
Gotta be
simple.
quick.
Mustard, relish, ketchup, mayo.
Yeah.
Um,
So you got the burgers is a big thing. The dogs is another big thing, obviously, right?
Burgers, hot dogs.
Do you have fries and all that in the truck
We
as
do
well?
fries, onion rings. We don't do milkshakes. They take too long.
Okay, yeah, I could see
The
that. in
diner
back.
does that.
So comparative-wise, the truck is smaller than the diner, right?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
A lot smaller.
So do you guys have a commissary overall that services both the diner and that?
Yeah, 72 Spruce Street.
Okay, so right where the truck parks, is that where I see the
Correct.
truck park? So I like to always say that the truck is based on Federal Hill because I'm such a Federal Hill person, and you can see it right back there on Spruce Street. I've literally seen people get out of their car and take pictures of your truck in the middle of the day. That's how the diner being parked there. So it cracks me up to see that. So I want to kind of get into the events and stuff that you do, and then also similar questions I had other people about the private events. But let's talk about some of the events that you're at. When you guys are coming up here, I mean, this is going to be a cold night to come up here for New Year's Eve the other night when Finance Way is closed. Does it make a difference in the fact that people just see the name and they want to run up to the truck because it's no matter where you are and what time of year?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd be taking pictures out
It's
of it.
the comfort.
You can't. It's comfort of knowing what
It's
you think.
comfort. They know what they're getting.
Yeah. So, how many other events a year are you doing with the mobile trucks?
We try to work. We definitely work every weekend. Sometimes even twice during the weekend. Like we'll have 2 events in one day.
Is it mostly festival style events or is it private events as well?
It's both. We
Yeah?
get a good mix of private events, and well, we do a lot of events with Eric Weiner from PVD.
Yep, Eric's
Food
getting all the shout outs today.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the private events for a second, because to me, this is a nice niche to talk about. If someone wanted to have a piece of Haven Brothers in their life at their own private event, and I can see people right now even thinking about having a Haven Brothers truck for their weddings, do they just go through you guys, and is it similar to booking anything else where they sit down and they can talk about a menu and the style and the setup and the service? Because it's got to be hard to serve a larger amount of people at one big time going to a private event than waiting people wait in line at a festival or something, right?
Not really.
No?
We have a good idea of how many people that are going to the event, how long we should stay at the event,
Okay.
and people will call Haven Brothers Mobile, which is separate from Haven Brothers Diner. We do the catering and go out and do the private events.
So
And we
can-
talk about the menu. Every menu is
Okay.
different. Some people want hot dogs, burgers, and baked beans. Some people want, we used to have a chicken sandwich that
Okay.
we made 15 years ago. We don't make it anymore in the diner because.
But you can still make it on the mobile.
But if you tell me that's what you want, then we'll give it to you.
That's
Anything you want.
So, growing up as a kid, when you were working at the diner as a young age, did you ever think you'd be doing this?
No,
But you're having fun.
I am.
You're having
The
fun.
stories I hear from everybody are so heartwarming, like it's my family, and they'll say, I haven't been to Haven Brothers in 20 years, and my grandfather took me there for the first time, and
That's awesome.
just to know that, like, where my family is a memory, and their memory is, it's
No, that's
it's
awesome.
really awesome.
So, if your father took it over in 1986, and it's been going to City Hall since then, right? The spot over there.
Every
Okay.
day.
Yeah, so
Christmas, New Year's, he's there.
your brother's gonna get so many questions from me. You guys have got to be so tired this time of year. So your poor brother, I'm gonna have a bunch of historical questions for him on it. So talk to us a little bit more about the mobile version. If you guys have got 2 trucks out there, you're not just at the festivals in the spring and summer. You're saying you're out there on a regular basis.
I'm not,
Okay.
just private parties, carnivals, and festivals, and things like that.
That's amazing that you guys have the abilities to do that. Now, when someone comes up and wants to get the truck, is there a limit to how many people the truck can serve at a private event?
Not really, because we have 2 trucks, so
Okay.
if there's an event of 400 people, we can definitely accommodate them. We've taken both trucks, and it's not a problem.
So from the perspective, you said that you can bring back dishes that were years ago at the old, at the diner, so you mentioned the chicken dish and that. Is there other things that you've had weird requests that people have come in that wouldn't typically be your style, but you've been able to accommodate it because you have the commissary?
Tacos.
Tacos?
We had people who wanted tacos. They didn't want to hire another taco truck, so they asked if we could do both, and
She had that
we
like right
did
off the
it.
top of her head, she knew that you remembered that.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good
we
one
did
though,
it.
but that's a really cool one to think about. What else? What's some other fun things?
Lobster rolls, the grilled chicken sandwich, and the baked beans. I mean, we haven't had baked beans in, ask
That's
Ivan,
good.
15 years, and that was an odd request.
Yeah, I would think so. Lobster roll
Because
too.
kids today, our clientele, they don't want baked beans, they want different kind of sandwiches, and my brother keeps the menu fresh, and he rolls with the times, and he listens to the customers. and,
Yeah.
we don't have baked beans anymore, unfortunately.
So, and I got the questions are going to keep crossing over that I got to ask Ivan and I got to ask you, but I love the fact that it's so conjoined. So, from your perspective, there's new memories that are getting made. You can
Yes.
roll out the old-fashioned menu. So you're technically serving 2 different clienteles, right?
Exactly.
That's unbelievable that that happens. Now, the events that are up here that are like this, is it pretty much most of Eric's events that he puts on? So like if you were somebody mentioned Mulligan's earlier, is that one of the ones you participate in as well?
Yes.
Okay. So the growth of all of you guys coming together and you taking off this expansion from the diner, do you agree with the guest that I had in earlier that this is kind of a growing pattern in Rhode Island? And
Absolutely.
and do you think that you guys will be expanding some more as well?
Yes, we're actually looking into a brick and mortar as we speak. We're just trying to find the right location.
You're kidding me. So Haven Brothers is going to have a brick and mortar.
Yes.
I love news like this. This is awesome. I think that it should be on Federal Hill. I'm just saying because the truck's already up there. That's just my opinion. But so have you guys narrowed down locations or you don't know yet?
No, we haven't found the right spot yet, but we're looking everywhere. Cranston, Johnston, North Providence, Narragansett,
Really?
everywhere.
Wow, they're scouring the
Yeah.
state for this. So you might have some real estate investors calling you after this.
Perfect.
Reach out to you saying, hey, I know where I
Yeah.
can take Haven Brothers. All right, so if that happens from a time frame perspective, once you go in, is that a pretty quick turnaround for you guys to do the operations of that?
Yeah,
So it's very similar to the trucks and the growth.
exactly.
Would you have ever thought about this if you hadn't expanded into the catering? Opening a brick and mortar?
No.
It's
But
unbelievable.
you gotta take chances in life and try things.
Absolutely.
Um,
And what's your father? I mean, your father's kind of old school. You know, what's your father think of all the expansion?
Oh,
and
he's
growth?
so happy.
That's
He's the one
awesome.
who's encouraging me, and, you know, he has over 30 years of business experience. And,
Yeah.
you know, I used to look at him like he was crazy, but you know what? He's right. He knows what he's talking about.
That's
He's been
awesome.
doing it for a long time, and he's doing a good job. And so I'm finally opening my ears and listening to him.
Well, I'm glad that you are, because that's some
Yeah.
very cool things that you just share with us. Just the fact of an expansion for a brick and mortar, I think, is going to be unbelievable. I mean, it's going to be iconic and open you guys up to a whole new set of clientele, whole new families and traditions and stuff like that. So that's really exciting. All right, so we covered the events. That news is awesome. We're going to be putting that out there. People are going to be enthralled with that. What other things should I know that we have missed? Is there anything else exciting that's coming up that we should know about?
Well, we are booking for 2018 private catering events, and we have a full schedule with Eric for the food truck events in the summertime.
So now, for people to book
Springtime.
yourself, is it similar? They can just go through the website and check
They
into?
can go through, the website,
Okay. Awesome.
havenbrothersmobile.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you. This has been simply fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so
And
much
I
for
really
having
appreciate
us.
you guys coming in and making
Happy
the time.
New Year.
Same
Thank
to
you
you.
so
Have a
much.
great time this weekend up there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cold, but you'll have fun up there.
Thank you.
All right.